Hey everybody, it's Captain Char, and still in the hard at Bock Marine and finishing up the mount alignment, so the motor mount alignment. And I've run into an issue with my max prop. That is going to have to be removed, sort of. Take the outer casing and stuff off it so I can tighten it up. The bolt's loose in there, so it's letting it slide back and forth on the prop, on the shaft rather. So I got to deal with that. We got thunderstorms coming now, so it's going to rain any moment, and so I'm going to have to stop. But right now I've moved the engine over, okay, to line it up in the log, shaft log, so that is centered in the shaft log. Okay, the log is round, and so it is more centered. And then now I've got to raise this up and the front of the motor up. So I shifted everything to the starboard. As you can see, I had my marks there. I may have to tap this to align that a little straighter, because right now it's not straight. So, all right, we'll come back after a bit. I'm gonna have to close everything up because it's gonna rain. All right, so we're back in the hole here with the engine, and if I can finagle this so you can see it. So I have the shaft aligned right now. I don't have the PSS hooked up yet, but I do have it aligned, and I will put some soapy water to get this thing to move down further. So yeah, all right. So this is the flexible shaft saver. It's the R&D one brand from PYI, and it's a new one. But I haven't got these all tightened yet. It's just too hot right now to be down here. It was bad enough just to get these in here. So we gotta tighten all 8 of those bolts, and then we have the red one over here, and once I get everything tightened, I'll pull it back up and we'll line it up with the feelers against this flange here and the red bolt once it's all tightened down, and we'll have that done. Alrighty, I'm had enough for today. Hey guys, all right, I had another issue. My max prop was sliding off back and forth on the shaft here, okay? So I had to take it all apart and remove it so I could get to the keyway. I think the keyway was jammed, and redo it. Plus I had to, take this nut off, and these pins, there's pins in here, and I had to know my settings. So mine was set on the C with will be to the, I think it's the Y, but anyways, my setting is C for this one, and it's K for the outside disc, so you're at the right pitch. 16 degrees is my pitch. So yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. I redid it all, and you can see it's not sliding back and forth. It's a learning curve. It's the first time I've ever taken it apart. I've seen these taken apart, but I've never done them myself. So I've had Kenny kind of come over and help me on one part where I got down to a certain part of taking it apart. This part right here, actually. and he helped me get it off there. And in this nut, when we went to take this nut off, it was we just took it off by hand. But the pins were still there, so it probably never, we removed the pins, and then so somebody didn't tie it down. So that it was loose for 2.5 years now. So crazy. Wonder I didn't lose my prop, Max prop, off the back of the boat. So yeah, so there's one gear we have to match up. This is the outer housing right here, and then this is my the 3 fins, 1, 2, 3. They're marked. They'll go back in the same order that they are. We line it back up. I've made my mark on here, there, and then that outer housing has a mark, and that'll be lining up to this, so we know that we are in the same spot for the feathering part. It's important. All right. Okay, so now we've got this. We had this lined up here before we slid this with the propellers on there in the right spot, lumbering 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and Rob came over and helped me because it's kind of hard to hold this and get this lined up in there right and hold it while you put these screws in here. So yeah, we got it. Now I've got to put the cotter pins in and take out my grease fittings, which is right here, and put in the grease knobby thing and grease it up. All right, after I just greased it, now I got to grease it again because I wiped out all the grease. All right, so hey, man, I'm hot. Sorry about that. I put my glasses back up. So anyways, greasing. I already greased this one fitting here, okay, right there, and now I switched over to this one here and to the grease fitting to where I grease it from here in this tube. So we'll pump the grease until it pumps up, until it's done. Done. Whew. Hey everybody, it is drenching hot, okay? I am just sopping wet, just sitting still and working. I am just running a river here. So I'm in the engine compartment, and I have done several things today and yesterday, and so we're gonna go down below here, in the hole, and get down in here. Okay, so we're down in here in the compartment. All right, I'm gonna turn you around here. Okay. Let me see if I can get this thing so we're not upside down. All right, so this is what I did yesterday and finished up today, and I still have to finish and make sure that these things are really tight, and how much I'm off on this one right here. This red bolt is what I'm gauging it with the feelers, okay, to this point. And then the difference is what I have to find out what the variable is between 12, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock. So you just turn it around. So you go, okay, now you're going to go to 3 o'clock, and then you measure with the feelers again. And then you go around and do it down to the 6 o'clock, and you always measure from this red head bolt right here. I'm going to push myself back even further so I can get a view of the whole shaft. And so this is my shaft here, and this is the PSS Seal for my to not let water in. Okay, so it allows the shaft to keep going around and around with the propeller at the back of the boat, and turned by the gearbox of the transmission. Okay, so that'll turn all that here, so you can see it only turns that stainless disc, and that is what keeps it watertight. Is there's two like O-rings in there, and then here this is carbon, and it goes back to here, and this is what is my anti-siphon, so the water comes through and it fills this to keep your shaft cool as well, and your log in there. So this is the shaft log, this tube, okay, and so I had to put this back on because I had to take this all apart in order to adjust the mounts, you know, motor mounts, the new ones. And so now I had to put it all back together, and so yeah, all back together. I had to use a well, it's like a wood clamp, but if you have the kind that you can reverse one end of it, and then you can use it to pry apart instead of pull together. So it worked. I was able to push this back because I had to push it back. You can see I have a mark here. That's in the relaxed position of this bellows. And then you have to, your shaft is, like my shaft is 1 inch, so it's 3/4 of an inch you have to go back. So hopefully that's it, because you sometimes do have to push it back further if you're still getting water in it at rest. Okay. Whew, it's so hot, guys. It is 106. Feels like 106. So it is so hot. I feel bad for these guys here at Bock. They have to work in the heat. Me too. So, but guess what? Blue Dancer is going in the water. So she's going in there. And hopefully everything that I've done is okay. So I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody at Bock Marine, especially Alex, Kenny, Nancy, the new office girl, Kirsten. So yeah, thanks everybody, the crew. You all have been wonderful. And if anybody out there needs any work done to their boat and they need to be hauled out or even just work on their boat, Bock Marine is the place to go, and they are located on Core Creek in Beaufort, North Carolina. Thanks, guys. Yay, we are moving. I got myself off the dock, or I'm getting myself off the dock by myself. It's early morning on Sunday, July 12th, and everybody is still asleep except for me. So I headed on out and headed up Fort Creek, and now it feels so good to be out here and going. I had one issue on Saturday that I could not leave, and that was a lag screw, and I had to epoxy and redo the hole and get that lag screw back in that holds the mount. So we're going. Yay! Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate your support, and it has been exciting for me to get going again and be able to be out on the water with Blue Dancer. It was quite an ordeal the last few months, and having a boat is always challenging in many respects, you know, whether we're facing the seas or we're facing repairs, fixing things, whatever we have to do, or just supplying the boat, you know, just getting fuel, just doing the regular stuff that we need to do to maintain and do passages on your boat. So there's a lot, and I will tell you, as a single solo handler, it is very challenging for me, and sometimes it can be very difficult. But I just keep trying and try to overcome any of the obstacles I have. And am I fearful? Yes. Many times I have fear. But when you overcome your fear, then you have succeeded in something that you had never thought that you would have to do. So that is quite a remarkable thing for me to experience with my history, and just being able to accomplish that and overcome my fears and just keep going. I have overcome a lot of fears in my history, but it's gratifying. You know, you're going to face a lot of fears. You just got to overcome them. All right, we'll catch you next time. And again, thank you. Please hit subscribe and comment, and do keep watching us. We're going to get to Maine. Trust me, we will get there. All right, love you. Bye for now.